Right now at 6 o'clock, Meriden bus drivers are back on the job this morning. We're going to have details of the deal they reached with the bus company and the big change that's coming later this year.
And hope is on the horizon for Hartford residents dealing with flood damage. But some advocates say more needs to be done, how people are keeping their heads above water as they wait for help.
And at 6:30, we're going to explain what new tool is being used to potentially make autism evaluations in children easier. All that and more starts right now.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
6 o'clock, good morning. Thanks so much for choosing the Fox 61 Morning News at 6 America Areas.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning to you. A lot of early dismissals for schools again because of the heat. So how hot's it going to get? Meteorologist Matt Scott joins us now with more on that. Good morning.
I had a number of teachers that emailing me, texting me yesterday around lunchtime going, what's the deal?
Right.
Because they don't want to be in those classes. The kids don't want to be in the classes, especially so many schools, older schools without air conditioning, proper ventilation. And so I think it's absolutely the right call. There's a lot of heat we still have to deal with throughout the rest of the week. So take it easy for a while. And then in the 7 day, we're going to watch Lee, who has the potential of being a monster hurricane for somebody. We'll talk about that coming up. 67 to 77 out of the gate. It is warm. It is humid with dew points, again, 70 to 73 in some parts. Put it all together, it feels like 79 in New Haven right now, 72 in Hartford, and those numbers are going to jump quickly. We're looking for 90 before you factor in the humidity as the kids, well, if you do have a full day of school, when the kids get off the bus around 3 o'clock, it'll be close to that at 12, 1 o'clock as well. And then after school activities, you got to take it easy out there. Listen to your coaches and your assistant coaches and all your parents do. Lots of water. Talk about how long this is going to last. That's coming up in a few minutes. For the first time this morning, I get to say hello. Good morning to Rachel Piscatelli.
Hey, good morning, Nat. Nat.
That too. Hey, you is fine.
Hi, Matt. Hi. All right, good morning. 6:02 right now. And we are following really no incidents out on the roads. A couple of areas of some road work that has wrapped up for the morning commute, so some minor delays, but for the most part, traffic is running smoothly this morning. We'll take a look across the board here where we have one area that we're still following, 91 northbound exit 10 to Route 10. The north ramp is closed due to some road work, but we are expecting that to clear soon, so we'll keep you posted on that. Over in Meriden, 691, the road work has wrapped up for the morning, east and westbound running smoothly with rather light volume. Over in Milford, more of the same, and New Haven too looking good from 91 towards the I-95 interchange. We'll have another update for you, and we'll take a peek at those drive times coming up.
And Connecticut is still in its extreme hot weather protocol this morning, which means a lot of towns across the state have more options for people to stay cool and therefore healthy.
Yeah, Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live in Hartford at a cooling center there with how you can get some relief if you need it. Brooke, good morning.
Good morning to you both. Libraries across Connecticut are the places to be today. They're being open and used to keep people cool. They're being used as a cooling shelter. Now, that's through tomorrow. You can come sit here, get some cool air, do whatever you need today and tomorrow in all of the libraries just about across Connecticut. And these openings are a result of Governor Ned Lamont activating the state's extreme hot weather protocol. That started yesterday at noon, and it will go through tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock. Now, several cooling stations are again open across the state. Starting here in Hartford, many of the public libraries will be open starting at 9 o'clock this morning, but the times do vary, so just keep that in mind before you head over to a location. In East Hartford, you can seek relief from the heat by going to the Public Safety Complex or one of their local libraries as well. And in New Haven, city shelters are extending their capacity, libraries are open, and splash pads are remaining operational. These location hours will remain in effect through tomorrow. Again, that's 8 o'clock. Meanwhile, first responders are stressing the importance of staying hydrated, being indoors in the air conditioning as much as possible, and monitoring yourself and those around you for any heat sickness symptoms. One Portland parent says she's doing her best to keep her kids cool after they get out of school.
We got the pool all set to go when they come home. We've got ice cream and things to keep them cool and comfortable, and that's about it. Hopefully soccer won't be too bad tonight. I think that's the thing I'm most worried about, playing in the heat.
And first responders say that if you or someone you know may be suffering from some sort of heat exhaustion or even heat stroke, obviously very, very dangerous conditions there, go ahead and call 911. They say they will get somebody out to you immediately to try to help with those symptoms. Live in Hartford, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Brooke, thanks so much. Great update. Yeah. All right, well, 6:05 now, and after 2 days on the picket lines, the bus drivers of Meriden have ended their strike. They're set to pick up students this morning. So good news there. The drivers were pushing for higher wages and better benefits. So now they're going to get a 6% raise. The new agreement isn't just great news for bus drivers. Parents are relieved as well after scrambling to find alternate rides to school for their kids.
After the vote was finalized, you could feel the elation. We're going back to work, and man, is it inspiring.
Now, as part of the strike ending, Meriden will now look for a bus company to replace New Britain Transportation. Officials there say 2 companies have already expressed interest in submitting a bid. Under the agreement, New Britain will continue to be the city's provider until December 22nd or until a new company is hired. Meanwhile, bus drivers in Coventry are continuing their strike this morning. They're pushing for better wages and benefits. Union leaders say negotiations are at a standstill. The union that represents bus drivers in Coventry also represents drivers in Bolton, Stafford, and Willington. Those drivers could join the strike depending on how future talks go.
Well, the state police are hoping that one of you out there saw a deadly motorcycle crash on I-84 in Farmington. They're still trying to figure out exactly what happened. They did say that Jason Bisson of Bridgeport was riding on I-84 West Monday night when something caused him to lose control of his bike. He then hit a car and a guardrail and died at the scene. State police said either witnesses or dash cam footage would be helpful.
The city of Meriden is taking action, voting unanimously to pass an ordinance that would provide stricter fines for people driving ATVs and dirt bikes on city roads.
Now, remember, you can still ride them there on private property in Meriden. This is really an attempt to stop street takeovers and people doing dangerous stunts on public roads, putting other drivers and people at risk, of course. The new ordinance even allows police to confiscate and destroy any vehicles being used illegally.
Listen, our hope, right, is to really crack down on the illegal bikes and ATVs that we see out there. Meriden PD's done a phenomenal job at making arrests. We just had, a few arrested just a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, so as for the fines going forward, it's going to be $1,000 for first-time offenders, $1,500 for the second time, and $2,000 for each time after that. And that's in addition to a $250 traffic ticket each time. Plus, this is important, it's not just the drivers who will get the fines. Passengers and owners will be on the hook as well.
The rail service along the shoreline will have some changes to its weekday and weekend schedule. The DOT says 14 trains will be running between New Haven Union Station and New London Station during the week, and 2 trains will run between Union Station and Old Saybrook Station. On the weekend, the DOT says 14 trains will run between New Haven and New London. Now, these changes are to accommodate for Amtrak's Fitter Interlocking project, which is expected to continue through the end of this year.
Well, investigators in Vernon need some help in what they're now calling a possible arson case at a once historic building in town. It was back in December that a textile mill and a former baseball factory burned down. Nearly a year later, investigators said they've got new evidence that leads them to believe it was intentionally set. Now, nobody was hurt in the fire, but officials say it could have been much worse.
Those people were home. Those people could have been injured or killed. So to bring someone to justice, if this is, found to be an arson-related fire, is very important to the public's safety.
They're now offering a $10,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest or conviction in the case.